And good morning, sports fans, and welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's the coach and the AD. Once again, live from the center of the sports universe. Happy 30th anniversary. It's all right here at Coach's Corner. We're not out in the Sound Garden yet. Still a little damp and chilly, but a little natty right now. But we will get there on the road. Once again, you got to be on the road when you have young kids and they're playing sports. The AD, Chad Griffin. And he almost ran out of gas, physically, car-wise. The man's running on low fumes. What's up, Chad?
Yeah, running on fumes, man. But we got here, and I'm getting here. It seems like, and so yeah, everything's going well. I thought gas would be a little bit cheaper in South Carolina, but it wasn't that much cheaper than it was in Chatham County. Took a little gamble, but it's all right. We're all good. And we're here, man. Beautiful day here in the Low Country. I think it's going to be like 82 degrees today. And like you said, Coach's Corner 30th anniversary, Karl. That is hard to believe.
You got to love it. It's unbelievable. And once again, I'm not self-promoting what I do. But if you go to the Prep Sports Report or you go to the Coach's Corner Facebook page, Stephen Weeks wrote a great article about the history of Coach's Corner, how it all got started. A little shack that used to be called Cleve's Barbecue Place. I didn't even know that. I know there was a little shack when I moved here in 1995, but John Henderson, his father, his brother, they built this place up. I mean, it's unbelievable. And what's good about John Henderson, yes, he's a businessman, but he gives back to the community. He's always given back to the community. And you got to love the guy. Savannah Christian Red Raider. Sorry, I was told there's no such thing as a Red Raider. It's Savannah Christian Preparatory School Raiders. But I'm telling you right now, whether he's a Raider, whether he's a Cavalier, whether he's a Shark, you got to love the man.
Oh, without a doubt. He's definitely one of the most philanthropic people I've been around that truly cares about others. He's built a tremendous business. It's like home. I think about like Cheers. People come there all the time, and it's a tradition. It's a family tradition. Now it's a generational tradition. I think about the other week, Karl, when we're doing our Wednesday night show, and all the Blessed Sacrament girls that were there. It's just a family place that people come to enjoy.
I mean, it's such a great atmosphere. Once again, if you listen to Rubbin' and Grubbin', that's right, we got a Coach's Corner Sports Network. It's the center of the universe for those guys. For us, it's the center of the sports world, okay? That's where we like to be. Come on down. Gazillion TVs, a lot going out in the Sound Garden. Remember, it's sports, food, and fun. And that's the original motto, but to me, it's sports all the time, all local, all music, all the time right here at Coach's Corner. All right, what's on the show? We got a great lineup. We're going to do 3 steps in the door. We're going to try and complete it, okay? And that's where we'll talk about all the local news, national news. Then we're going to get to our first guest, the man, the Savannah Bananas, internet broadcast entertainer, Biko Skalla will be on about 9:15. 9:30, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Benedictine. He just signed a scholarship to go fish. That's right, bass fishing at Emmanuel College. Great to talk to him. We got John Michael Ortman. And then at 9:45, golf's back in full swing. Brian Harmon's doing a great job on the PGA Tour this week at the Players Championship. We're going to talk to a little unknown guy, but he's big-time golf here in Savannah. He's won the big break, just like Mark Silvers, who was our guest last week. Tommy Schaff. I've got to talk to this guy. All right, let's get the 3 out the door. Last Saturday night, heartbreaker. Okay, first step, high school sports. Second step, college sports, local. And, of course, the last step is the professional or the semi-pro things that are going on here, or racing or running, whatever's going on here, local sports news. All right, first step, high school sports. Heartbreaker last week up in Augusta for the Winter Forest Knights. They came back from 16 points down. They took the lead with 20 seconds to go. And, of course, my internets went out. Okay? So I had to watch everybody's tweet on what happened. They take the lead 76-75. They lose the inbound ball under their basket with like 5 seconds to go. Cross Creek, it looked like we were going to get 5-second call, but throws the ball in, throws the ball over the Winter Forest defense. The guy jumps up, puts it in. We got 2.7 seconds left. Winter Forest gets the ball. Timeout, Aaron Clark. Okay, you got to understand, I'm Italian. I talk with my hands. All right. So next is they inbound the play. Great play. I think it was Mike Caballero. All right. hits Devontae Bass on a long touchdown pass, just like Brady to Gronkowski, which I wrote in my article. Okay, Bass goes to the hole. It looks like he's fouled, but the ball rolls out of his hand, and the game ends. The Knights lose for the second time in the last 3 years in the state semifinals, 77-76. Heartbreaker, Coach. Heartbreaker, Coach.
Yeah, tough one there. I mean, Windsor Forest, you think about all they've gone through. They went through basically almost a month where they didn't get to play a game. Shortened season, dealing with COVID issues. Hey, but to fight back, get back in there, and almost have a trip to the state finals. Listen, building a great program over there, and I got to talk to Cam about it, and they're going. That program's not going anywhere. So I want people to understand that.
No. They'll be in the thick of things. They'll be in it. Hold it. I think it was Mike Caballero. I'm doing my technical stuff here. It's Devontae Bass over there. I got to talk to Cam about it. There we go. Had to cut it off. All right, so we're working. We're live on the air. Just wanted to double check that. I'm sorry I had to take the break. Hey, Lawrence Bennett, if you're watching, come help us up on a Saturday. We can use your help, buddy. I mean, we need the Motel 8 lights up. Oh, sorry, Motel 6 lights. What is it, Chad?
Motel 6, leave the light on, man.
All right. Well, you know me. I butcher names, I butcher sayings, but I'm here having fun. That's what it's all about. All right. Next up, go ahead. Take St. Andrews baseball coach, just like your coach hit a milestone last week.
Yeah, Scott Abernathy, the head baseball coach at St. Andrews, got his 100th career victory for the Lions as they beat Memorial Day School on Monday, March 8th. Abernathy has been the head coach at St. Andrews since 2012. Be a memorable win for Abernathy as the pitching staff delivered a combination of Will Livingston, Andrew Bacon, and Gabe Barnhill, and Dylan Gordon threw a no-hitter. Like 4 guys to a no-hitter secure his milestone win. Under Abernathy's tutelage, St. Andrews reached the GISA AA Elite 8 in 2017, 18, and 19. The Lions won the school's first region baseball championship in 2019. COVID cut everything short last year. So the Lions are back on the diamond this year, looking for big things from Coach Abernathy as well.
All right, like I said, we're hitting high school sports. I got a big shout out. Savannah Christian, she's only a freshman, but she's a golf phenom here in the state of Georgia. Okay, we're talking about freshman Mary Miller. She won 3, or she was the low medalist in 3 golf outings last week for Savannah Christian. Go check out our story. She is the the Optum. No, she's not even Optum Orthopedic. They're Chatham Orthopedic. She is the Savannah Christian. There's too many orthopedic places. Athlete of the week. So she did a great job. On Tuesday, she shot an impressive 1-under at the Lost Plantation. On Wednesday, she shoots a 43 on the men's goals tees at the Savannah Country Day School Invitational. Then Friday, she comes back and she cards a 71 at the Glen Academy Scramble Tournament. So unbelievable. Bass fishing, which that's where our athlete of the week is coming from. Savannah Christian's boat of Gunn and Miller were the top team out of 18 teams. Back in February, they qualified for the state championship in bass fishing. Yes, there's bass fishing here in the state of Georgia, Georgia High School. Okay. And then their teammate, Wiley Cooey, last week took first place at the Richmond Hill Fish Hatchery Tournament. Okay. The kid only caught 5 pounds of bass fish. All right. And then BC Cadet yesterday signed, John Michael Ortman signed to go fish and go to school at Emmanuel College. What's amazing about this, Chad, there are only 17 colleges that offer this scholarship in the United States.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's growing more and more. It's a lot of club sports, especially in the SEC, like Alabama, Auburn, those schools. But you got 17 scholarship programs, and they're mostly small NAIA private schools that have it. But there's some of the best bass fishing teams in the country. They'll compete against the Alabamas and Auburns and others of the world when they head to national tournaments. Baseball scores: Hilton Head Christian 16, Memorial Day 5, Brunswick over Richmond Hill 6-0, Savannah Country Day all over Aquinas in that Region 3A private matchup 18-3. Calvary Day gets a crazy one last night, 5-4 win over Savannah Christian. Screven County 9, Bryan County 8, and Glen Academy 16, South Effingham 9. And that's your baseball scores. On to boys soccer real quick. I'll let you take girls. Islands 4, Arts Academy 1. Big win there for the Sharks. Druid Hills 2, BC no. Nil there. Richmond Hill 3, Brunswick nil. And Portal, a big 11-1 win over Bryan County.
All right, on the girls' pitch. You like that? Soccer pitch? I got it.
I like it. Good
okay.
Stuff.
Calvary takes care of Main River 1-0. They scored early in the first half. I got there for the second half. But I'm telling you right now, the Cavaliers defensive front was big, a lot of big plays in front of the Cavalier goal. Got to give your goalie a lot of credit, and your defensive line back there, so great job. Savannah Arts 3, Islands 1, Effingham County 2, Statesboro 1, Richmond Hill 10, Brunswick 1, Screven County 7, Johnson 1. I get to announce this. The first ever track meet at the Savannah Chatham County Public Schools Island Stadium takes place this morning. I'm telling you right now, beautiful track, 8 lanes, beautiful facility. All public schools will be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I drove past there to come to the show. I got to go back and help out. Just a packed house already, and that was at 8:15 this morning, Chad.
Yeah, man, track meets are just, it is. I'm sure with all Chatham County schools there and others there, be a great day of running track. Perfect day for it. Nice warm temperatures out there on the island. All
right, you can take the next one. Let's go.
Yep.
Step 2, college sports.
Yeah, Savannah State men's and women's basketball 2021 is over. Men played 3 games, 0-3. Their season ended last weekend. Alabama versus Mile College. They lost 64-42 on Saturday. Then Sunday they lost 58-46. Women finished 5-2. Did not get a play invite. They didn't get the 11 games they needed to be eligible for the D2 playoff. Baseball dropped 4-2. Dropped doubleheader Tuesday versus Edward Waters. Won last night versus Clark Atlanta 19-0. Doubleheader today in College Park in Atlanta. Starts at 2 p.m. Tiger football. I'll let you have this one. Tiger football.
You got to love it. The Tigers are on the field. That's right. It's March 13th. Chad, they've been waiting 496 days for this game. 496 days. Unbelievable. And what Sean Quinn and that coaching staff has done to keep these kids excited, it's simply amazing. We had the real Coach DeMasi on Wednesday night. Hey, if you want to check out the interview, hey, Chad, I found out. I didn't know it. We're also on TuneIn Radio.
Nice.
So go to TuneIn Radio and listen to that interview with Russell DeMasi, the assistant head coach, the offense coordinator. They're excited about it. Today's game starts at 3:30 Central Time, which will be I take that back. It's 4 o'clock Central Time, which will be 5 o'clock our time. If you want to get the specifics, you want to listen to it, go to the Savannah State University Athletics page. You can listen to the internet broadcast, and everything's right there for you. Sean Quinn, coaching staff, great job. There's game notes for Savannah State, their opponent, West Alabama, and it's in Mobile, Alabama. And my wife and my daughter-in-law, Dee, love you. Kate Dixon, DeMasi, love you. They're out there supporting the real Coach DeMasi, okay? All right, next up, tell them a little about Georgia Sun football.
The Georgia Sun spring football will start practice at the end of the month on March 25th. The spring game will be April 24th. So a lot of big college programs start spring ball here in the next couple of weeks, run through April. And you're going to have a G-Day game as well. They'll have a spring game in Georgia Southern. So everybody's, it's starting to feel a little bit of normalcy here, Karl, a little bit of normalcy as the pandemic starts, people start getting vaccinated. Hey, it's not over. Obviously, you saw what happened with ACC men's basketball.
Happy anniversary.
In the last 2 days with Duke's game, Virginia and Georgia Tech's game. All right, so it's not over by any means. You will continue to see this, but we do feel like some normalcy are getting back. All right, we'll kick off with baseball step 3 after the door, professional local news. Spring training started back for the Braves on February 16th. 6-5, beat Twins yesterday. All right, they play at Boston today at 105. Big roster moves for Atlanta Braves as well. They removed 24 players from their big league camp on Friday morning. Right-hander reliever Victor Arano appeared to be the only member of this group who may get considered for an open day roster spot. All right, you take pro basketball.
All right, pro basketball. The Hawks are back on the court. Okay, they won the other night. Last second three-pointer, and the coach watched it. I watched the last part of the game. They were down by 16. Tony Snell hits a three-pointer at the buzzer Thursday night. They come back from 15. They beat the Toronto Raptors. Okay, they're exciting. Okay, Nate McMillan is the head coach now. A lot of pro basketball experience, a lot of coaching experience. Next game tonight in the ATL against Sacramento. All right, pro football. Falcons draft have the 4th pick on April 29th. Pro golf, let's get this quick. Former Savannah Christian UGA golfer Brian Harmon is at the Players Championship in Ponte Verde, Florida. He's tied for 4th after 2 rounds of a 67 and a 71. Go ahead, Chad. You got the next one.
All right, here we go. Local baseball, happy anniversary, Savannah Bananas, 5 years for them. They picked the premier team 2 weeks ago. 34 players were chosen out. 70 players. 70 showed up to try out. Tonight is on St. Patty's Day show tonight. Bananas premier team makes debut against the Party Animals. St. Patty's Day weekend show to kick off spring series. World famous banana ball rules will be used in the action-packed game. Pregame with Biko at 6:30 p.m. tonight. First pitch at 7. Teams were divided into 17 players each. Smaller than usual roster, but games are scheduled about a week apart. The spring series opener is St. Patty's Day game March 13th at Grayson Stadium, followed by March 20th at the same locale. The teams will travel to Hank Aaron Stadium in Mobile. Once again, going back to Mobile, Alabama, right, for March 26th and 27th, the Own the City, One City World Tour.
Woo! I'll make this quick. Down at Skidaway Island, we have the Savannah races, Skidaway, 5K, half marathon going on. Chad, you know, we're getting back to normalcy. 1,000 runners are signed up, and they are there. It's going on right now. We'll talk about Banana Ball in a couple of seconds. Pro hockey, you still can name that hockey team. We named the Savannah Bananas. We got the pro hockey team. The Savannah Hockey Club needs a name. They'll start in 21-22. So go to their website, savannahhockey.com. Help them name that team. Semi-pro football tonight in Savannah at 6 o'clock. If you didn't get your tickets for the Bananas game, you can go over to Memorial Stadium. The Savannah Falcons take on the Effingham Outlaws tonight, 6 o'clock, Memorial Stadium, $10 admission. I think under 10 they get in free. Live pregame. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. We did it, Chad. We finally did 3 steps out the door. Woo! So, hey, what's coming up? Happy anniversary, Bananas. The broadcast entertainer, the man himself, the kid from upstate New York. I'll claim him as a New Yorker. He does a great job. He's back for year number 2. Biko, the whiteboard wizard, Skalla, up next right here on the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. All part of what, Chad?
Coach's Corner Sports Network, and you're live at Center Sports Universe at Coach's Corner.
All right, Biko, 3 minutes. Like a banana ball, I'm going to give you 5 outs. Oh, sorry, you don't do that yet. Be right back.
All time, that's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision. Faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, Savannah. Welcome to the center of the sports universe, to the center of the universe, always here at Coach's Corner. It's the coach and AD, Chad Griffin, Karl DeMasi, talking sports every Saturday morning. We haven't missed a beat since March 28th. Of course, we got to thank the man himself and, of course, the first lady of Coach's Corner, Adele Henderson, John Henderson, for letting us do this. And if you want to know the history, they've been here for 30 years. Go to Coach's Corner Facebook page. You can see all the events that are going on. There's a great story how it all started, and it's on the Prep Sports Report. Steven, the columnist, Elmo Weeks, did a great job. He took Mr. Henderson's interview from a couple of weeks ago and blew it up. We'll have Mr. Henderson on about 10:05, 10:15, rehashing what it's been like for 30 years. And there's a good birthday picture up there, too, when he played for Savannah Christian. But anyway, Chad, we're here. It's Banana Bowl tonight. You got to be excited. They're back. And we got no other than the broadcast entertainer to tell us about it. How are you feeling about that?
Well, one, anytime we get Biko on, you know it's going to be a great segment from that standpoint. And then he's back. Is he back here in Savannah? Did they bring him down, or is he going to do it remotely from New York?
From what I understand, he's here tonight. He's doing the pregame.
Goodness gracious.
He's doing the pregame. That's what I hear. So we'll find out. But remember, it's Nico Skalla. They call him Biko. We know the story. Mom named after a famous person, and he's back for a second year with the Bananas. He did a great job last year doing the home and away games. Now, the away games he couldn't broadcast. You couldn't see the field. So what does this young man do? He gets together with the honchos, the head honchos over there at Banana Land, comes up with the whiteboard. And by the time the season ended, fans were donating magnets. He became the whiteboard wizard. So he's joining us now for the first time this year on the Coach's Corner hot seat. He doesn't mind the hot seat. Rico Suavo Skalla.
Oh, well, thank you guys for having me. Not only was I just laughing for about 3 minutes straight, you guys are the best. Always happy to come on here and talk it up with you guys, Karl and Chad. And yes, I am actually in Savannah. I'm in my gracious host Paula's spare bedroom right now, and just about 4 minutes from Grayson Stadium. So I've been here since Wednesday, and very, very, very excited for the Bananas to kick it off tonight, because the team and the show that's going to be on the field is really nothing that has ever been seen before here in Grayson Stadium. So it should be really good.
Well, Biko, I'm glad to have you back. I mean, you go up there to Socrates, New York. It's a little chilly up there. Then you head over to my neck of the woods, Queens, New York, to hang out with the first lady of Biko's world. Did she make the trip down here with you? Has she ever made the trip down here with you?
Yeah, she's come down a couple times, but no, she did not come down this time. She's in law school, so she's got more important things going on in her life, writing 30-page papers and debating with other law schools around the country. So no, this is a few weeks vacation where I'm separated from the old ball and chain, but hey, we're in contact all the time.
Don't get yourself in trouble by saying that yet, buddy. You're not married yet.
Sorry, getting ahead of myself. You're together for a few years, you start getting comfortable. No, but she's up in Queens, New York, next to the old St. John's University and your old stomping grounds. And I'm down here in Savannah. So, what can you do? A couple weeks apart. It breaks my heart, but got to come down here to broadcast these games.
All right, AD, Biko, you got the first pitch to throw at him.
Well, Biko, and talking about that, the tryouts of the week. Can you describe, were you down here for the tryouts?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, so describe, like people on stilts, it looked crazy. Tell people who weren't there at tryouts, over 70 people came out to the tryouts. Talk about everything that you saw and took in, and what impressed you most about the 70 guys that were out there.
Yeah, sure. So I had done pretty extensive research on all 70 guys, as much as I could, because there was, I'd say probably 50 of them had played about 4 years of college ball. And then there was 15 or 20 guys who hadn't played any kind of college ball and just wanted to, get a shot at playing professional baseball, which is harder than it looks. And Unfortunately, none of those guys made it. But, I basically had a good idea of what I was coming into because we did a little broadcast of the tryouts. And I can give you a sneak peek at what the broadcast notes look like for there's 30 guys and here's 60 and here's 10 more. So it was, I had a good idea of what we were going to see. I was blown away actually seeing the guys when they showed up, because there are the best way to describe them are Greek gods. I mean, there are some professional players on this team. And it was a wide variety of talent, guys backflipping all over the place, bat flipping left and right. As you said, a cat showed up in stilts, and ended up basically earning himself a 36th roster spot. Only 35 guys are supposed to make the team, but you take some swings and stilts and you show you've got some entertainment skills that are just top notch. We'll find a way to get you involved in the show. I was really impressed with the combination of, it was a legitimate baseball tryout. There was timed guys going home to second. There was live hitting, batting practice, full bullpens. And then guys were also making TikToks for the team. They had kind of character interviews with me and another guy who came down from Ohio to judge all these guys on what kind of entertainment factor they can bring. And it was a very bananas tryout. And I was really impressed with Barry Aldridge, the coordinator of baseball ops now at the Bananas. He did a lot to put this all together. Adam Morrow is going to be coaching the Bananas. He brought a lot of guys in. And then Nate Fish, the king of Jewish baseball, who's coaching the Savannah Bananas, he brought in a few guys from the Israeli national team who are literally going to be playing for Israel in the Olympics in Tokyo in a few months. So there's some serious talent, a lot of minor league guys, awesome. A lot of indie guys. It should be really good baseball. And then the entertainment's going to be a whole nother level as well. So the tryout was super cool because it was people from all walks of life and some really, really talented guys showing how entertaining and how skilled they are.
Oh, boy. Baseball has been very, very good to me. I understand that. Tell us about Nick, the Jewish coach from Fish. Where's he from? It's unbelievable. Chad, you got a stalker, Chad.
I know. My wife's out here. We're over here in Bluffton getting ready to watch Hayes play some lacrosse. And parking's a little bit of a craziness right now. And she found, I don't know where she parked, honestly, but she's just letting me know that she's here. So got my stalker out there as well, Biko. So,
Or as Biko likes to say, the ball and chain.
Ball and chains for 19 years, So, yeah. Those things happen as you get older.
So tell us about Mr. Fish, Coach Fish.
Sure. So Nate Fish, I wrote a little story on him. He is one of the most interesting men in the world. He's a guy who played 4 years of ball at Cincinnati, D1, with Kevin Youkilis being one of his great friends, who then, of course, won a couple World Series with the Red Sox, had a cup of coffee with the Yankees.
Hey.
Yeah, I know. So, but he was a guy who I loved to hate growing up. I don't hate anybody, but as a Yankee fan and him being one of the most annoying Red Sox players in his prime, I strongly disliked him. But from everything Fish says, he's an awesome guy. Everyone says he's a great guy. So, he got 4 years, was a decent player at Cincinnati, wanted to play at the next level, but, he'll admit it, he just didn't quite have the tools to play minor league, major league baseball. So he got into some coaching and then ended up through just some random connections. The baseball world is much smaller than it really seems. He ended up playing professional softball in New York. Oh man, I wish I could remember the name of the team. It was something that DeMasi could have said really, really well. I think it might have been like the I'll get back to that. But he plays professional softball, which he says was actually way harder than baseball. I mean, the guys they're not 60 feet away, they're 40 feet away, and they're pumping it like the equivalent of 110 miles an hour. So he played professional softball for a couple of years. That got him linked up with Israel. He ended up playing in the only year of the Israeli Baseball League, which was professional. And then he ended up playing all over the world. He played in the Bundesliga in Germany. He played in the DR. He was really all over the place and just met all these people along the way, ended up on the Team Israel coaching staff for the for the World Baseball Classic, and has done that a few times. Ended up the director of Israeli baseball for like 3 years, and then so he has this crazy career that takes him all across the world. He ends up coaching in the Cape League in 2017 in 2017 with none other than Tyler Gillum, who is, the head coach of the Savannah Bananas. So Gillum's been trying to get him down here every year as an assistant coach. He's had all kinds of duties with Team Israel, hasn't been able to do it. And then this premier team came along and Gillum said, Jesse, you got to get this guy, Nate Fish. He's exactly what you need. Entertainment out the wazoo, and really, a forward-thinking baseball mind. So I've gotten to know Fish pretty well. He's a really great dude, and really excited to be at the helm of this premier team. And then he's going to be coaching third base for Team Israel in Tokyo in a few months too. So the resume is quite extensive. And he's brought in some studs from the Israeli Olympic team too, who were stateside and could come and play. So it's he was definitely a big get for the premier team.
And you're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live from the center of the sports universe. Coach's Corner, 30th anniversary weekend. Departure tonight out in the Soundgarden. Matinee tomorrow. You got to check it out. We're talking to no other than the Savannah Bananas, internet's broadcast entertainer. He does a great job. Biko, Skalla. And, okay, Biko, so you got a little pregame tonight. What's going on with that before we get into how we're going to play banana ball tonight?
Yeah, so pregame, you can find the game tonight at 6:30 p.m. We'll be live on the Bananas Facebook page. It's going to be free for everybody. Normally it's $5 a month to get all the Bananas games on Bananas Insiders. But tonight, just because we want everybody to see what's going on here with this premier team, the game's going to be free. So all you have to do is get to the Bananas Facebook page and you've got the game. Should be a lot of fun. Pregame, there'll be some of your favorites for sure. You're going to have your home run hitter, your banana baby. And we've got a couple secrets, which I can't let out of the bag, but we've got some new things. One of them straight from the mind of Biko Skalla, just scatting with Jesse one day when you work for Jesse Cole. He gives you a call about once a week and we just bounce ideas like you wouldn't imagine. And one of them made it into the pregame and I'm very proud about it. So it's going to be really, really fun. They've got a lot of tricks up their bags for this game. They actually flew in a guy who's worked 4 years of promotions with the Vegas Knights, this cat, Zach, who I grabbed a couple of beers with last night. And
hey, you're not old. Are you old enough?
Yeah. I've actually, although my face looks like I'm 18, I'm actually 24. So I also just shaved the mustache that a cat could have licked off this morning. So it helps to, take a couple years off. But so if you remember when the Knights made the Stanley Cup in their first year as a team 3 years ago, 2017, or 4 years ago now, they had this immaculate ceremony before the game. They Vegased the Stanley Cup, and there was a whole reenactment of Knights fighting each other. This cat, Zach, was the guy who flew 300 feet down and was fighting the good guy, the actual Vegas Knight. So I was back at NHL Network at the time watching in my first week there out of college. So it was a funny little reminiscent moment between the two of us getting to hear about that. So he's come in with all kinds of big time NHL promotion ideas. And, of course, we turn them into Bananas ideas too. So there's actually going to be a lot of new promotions pregame and throughout the game tonight that people haven't seen before. And I think the entertainment value's at an all-time high for a team that's all about the entertainment value for the past 5 years.
And don't forget, who's going to be in the stands? The Shark.
Oh, of course. Shark's going to be there. We had a full run-through of the entire show just a couple nights ago on Thursday, and Shark was in the booth ripping it as always. And man, is he excited to be back. I know that people love Shark. He does the job like no one else can. And I don't get to experience him like the people because I'm up in the booth and doing my own show. But whenever I get a taste of Shark, I'm always impressed. So yeah, for a 6th straight season, Mark the Shark is back in the Shark Tank and spinning the records and keeping everybody entertained throughout the game.
Well, Biko, one of my things is, all right, give me some players to look for tonight from a talent perspective that you're excited to get on the field. We know the entertainment value that Bananas put forth is tremendous, but I think what makes the Bananas so impressive is who they put on the field as well, the product on the field. They never put a losing product out there. The guys they bring in, and Tyler Gilliam and all you guys that bring in, are always uber talented. And so talk about maybe some of the kids that will be on the field tonight that you're really, really excited to see play.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting collection of guys who I think are really elite at a lot of different parts of the game. The first two guys to make the team, because on February 20th on the tryout, two guys were picked on site. The first one was Dakota Mcfadden, who is 6'3", 230. I mean, just looks like he was carved out of marble. A Rocky Point, North Carolina guy, one of the sweeter Southern accents I've heard. He's a guy who can hit a ball 450 feet and can also touch mid-90s from the mound. So he's a utility guy who's going to be really fun to see. I've got a live at-bat penciled in with him at some point during next week during practice. So pray for me there. But he's going to be really fun to see on the field. Sam Claycamp was a 2018 Banana who was also one of the first two who made it. So Dakota and Sam both hit in the power showcase that Bryce Harper was in when Bryce Harper was hitting shots to the moon. The power showcase, the best power hitters in college baseball. So they both did it twice. They're actually thick as thieves, the two of them. They're both going to be really fun to watch. We've got a guy, Malachi Mitchell, who goes by Flash the Kid on the TikTok. I don't know if you guys are on the TikTok. The Bananas are kind of a big deal there. But this guy, Flash the Kid, he's the son of Dennis Mitchell, who's an Olympic gold medalist for the United States, 1992 in Barcelona. He was a part of the 4x1 team that won it all, won a couple world championships as well. So Flash, out of the 70 people at the tryout, was by far the fastest. His dream is to be the fastest guy in Major League Baseball. He's going to be really fun. He's basically the Bananas Willie Mays Hayes. And we had him on Bananas Unpeeled this past week on Wednesday, and it was a lot of fun chatting to him. He's going to be a lot of fun to watch on the field. He was a guy through 4 years of college, was basically the late inning, just create havoc on the base paths, lay a bunt down, just be crazy. So he's a lot of fun to have around for sure. We've got some really serious arms. Kyle Arjona pitched a couple years in the Phillies minor league system. Shlomo Lepetz is a real high, lanky lefty on the Israeli Olympic team who should be really fun to watch. So the collection of talent. Oh, and I didn't even mention Michael Deeb, a guy who was a linebacker for Notre Dame for 4 years, was supposed to be a two-way guy there. Couldn't play baseball in the spring because of an injury that he had in football, but then played a couple years at Bethune-Cookman baseball in grad school and has since played professionally in Puerto Rico and all over the place. We've got a lot of guys. The last two guys I'll give you, Bill Pearson and Ryan Patterson, two of the strongest men I've seen in my entire life. Pearson played on the Catawba Valley Stars for a couple summers with old Marvin Speaks. And he's a guy who, if he goes up to the plate 4 times, is probably going to hit a home run and strike out 3 times. I'm just being honest. He led a indie league that he played in this summer in home runs and was second in the league in strikeouts. And then Ryan Patterson is a guy who played 4 years at Armstrong, the now defunct program here in Savannah. I don't have to tell you guys about that. But he played with none other than Barry Aldridge and has unbelievable power. He's a home run derby guy in every batting practice. He's going to be on the Party Animals. So we've kind of got a real rivalry between Pearson and Patterson. Pearson's going to be on the Bananas, Patterson on the Party Animals. Both of them can hit the ball about 500 feet. It's a real collection of guys who are really good at different parts of the game. And it's going to be a fun crew to watch out there tonight.
Well, Biko, we can go on for another 10 minutes, but I got a young man, you'll love this, just signed a scholarship for bass fishing from BC, John Michael Ortman. He's waiting patiently in the waiting room. But I'll see you tonight. I'm going to come by. You're going to be up in the booth before the game, or you're going to be down in the crowd?
I'm going to be up in the booth. We've got a lot to prepare for. So, yeah, I should be up in the booth. You can come say hello for sure. Oh,
I'll definitely come bother you, buddy.
Professional bass fishing. That's phenomenal. I mean, I should have paid a little more attention when my grandpa and my dad were trying to get me to, tie flies and toss lines in the water in upstate New York growing up. I maybe could have done something like that. That's awesome.
Socrates is the best area, freshwater bass fishing. And you missed out on it because you wanted to collect baseball cards. You wanted to be an NHL hockey player. I don't know, buddy.
Yeah, sitting in the boat, I got a little bored. I wanted to be out on the baseball field. You're right, but I could have done something with it. Excited to hear you guys chat with them.
Hey, have a good show tonight. Have a lot of fun, and always go Bananas. And anytime you want to come on, let's bring you back. We'll get to the baseball rules later on for the people that are going to the game tonight because they're wacky.
Yes. Yeah. 9. It's baseball with 9 new rules. You guys can figure it out. Chad, Karl, always a real blast getting to chat with you guys.
Appreciate you, man. See you later.
Hey, Biko, forget about it, buddy.
Forget about it.
There we go. Good job. Okay,
See you, Tigers. Thank you.
Biko Skalla, he does a great job with the bananas. You want to have a kid that's on the internet that has a lot of fun. He's 24 now. I thought he looked 16, not 18, but he says he's 24 now. I don't know if we believe him, but check it out tonight. Grayson Stadium, 6:30. Pregame with Biko Skalla, and then 7 o'clock, first pitch. The Shark, the whole crew's there. It's going to be a lot of fun, Chad.
Yeah, I mean, it is. One, I'm really super interested. You know, it's their entertainment value. We always talk about it is their bananas, but really, you know, and that's 3/4 of it. But what I think makes a banana so special is they put legit talent on the field. They put real baseball guys on the field that know how to play the game and can execute the game in the way they want it and do it in a fun way. But I think that's probably the most impressive thing about the bananas, about Jesse them. Yes, the entertainment is phenomenal, but to get the entertainment and the level of play that is really good, all right, is that is the key. And they've been able to balance both super entertainment people and guys that are really good in baseball. You listen to all the people that Biko names, like, dude, those are some impressive guys out there. I mean, those are some legit ball players.
Yep. So, all right. We got the young man waiting. He's been waiting since 9:30. Okay, just signed a scholarship to go bass fishing and get an education at Emmanuel College from Benedictine senior John Michael Ortman. I'm excited about it. Hold on, John. 3 minutes like you're waiting for a fish. The coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We'll be right back from where, Chad?
Sierra Sports Universe live at Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner Sports Network. We'll be back.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia. at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Here we go, take two. And welcome back to the coach and the AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Karl DeMasi, Chad Griffin, having a lot of fun talking all sports all the time right here from the center of the sports universe, Coach's Corner. Happy 30th anniversary. Remember, we are part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Wednesday night, 6 o'clock, rubbing and grubbing. Hey, I got it right, Chad, over that shoulder. And then we follow right after that on Coach's Corner at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. Don't forget there's not free breakfast, but there's breakfast every Monday through Friday from 6 to 10:30. Then, of course, we got 2 podcast shows. One hasn't started yet, but one has been great. Hot Grids podcast with Spencer Maddox, Travis Judon. You'll love it. 57 episodes in. Then Who's on First? Baseball show will start hopefully Tuesday with me, the coach, and the wild man, the fanatic, Kyle Lawson. And then when the Masters starts in April, the 19th hole with the Herb brothers. They'll be covering every single major golf tournament from Coach's Corner out there at Henderson Cabin on the Soundgarden stage. It'll be a lot of fun. Well, Chad, we talked about there are a number of ways you can get a scholarship to go to the next level. We talked about flag football, yes, cheerleading, this, everything that people wouldn't imagine. Okay, not the big time sports, football, baseball, and basketball. We got soccer, we got lacrosse, we got bowling, and now bass fishing. This young man has done a great job. Georgia High School incorporated bass fishing in 2020. And, of course, there are a couple schools, which you could tell me, that have been involved in it. But this young man earned himself a scholarship to Emmanuel College here in Georgia. There are only 17 colleges that offer bass fishing scholarships. 2 are in Georgia, Emmanuel and Bruton Parker. Chad, it's got to be a lot of fun sitting out there catching those big fish.
Yeah, I mean, for these kids, for these students, I mean, you've seen it. They've been college bass fishing on ESPN the last couple of years. In the spring, you'll be able to see that and watch that grow and develop as well. And listen, you know, people can say what you want. Like, I'm not a great fisherman. I'm not. I've tried fishing. I'm not very good at it. We have kids at Calvary who are fantastic at it. And now that we've had, you know, the guy on from clay shooting teams and everybody else, and now with bass fishing and be able to follow your passion and your dreams and have people understand there's so many ways out there to get to college, to be involved in those things. It's phenomenal. Let's get this young man on right now. Let's talk to him about what makes bass fishing so special to him and also about being a BC cadet.
And joining us now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the young man just signed a scholarship yesterday at Benedictine to go bass fishing at Emmanuel College, senior John Michael Ortman. Hey, John, thanks for being patient. Thanks for joining us. But once again, a big congratulations. I couldn't get there, you know, because my other job is I'm teaching at another school. But once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Coach. It's a pleasure being here.
It's got to be exciting. And, you know, people don't know that bass fishing is a sport. It's also professional, too. You can make some good money at it. So tell us, how did you get involved in bass fishing?
Well, I mean, I got involved from just parents and family just growing up on the water and doing the old school stuff from the bank when they were younger in the 60s with their parents, like a lot what your show was talking about. They sat in the boat with their grandfathers and just got passed down. And the ongoing joke was I was actually conceived on a boat. That was the ongoing joke and why I like fishing so much.
Oh, boy. Out of the mouth of babes, Chad, you can go next.
Hey, John, my one, you know, talk to some people, just some people that understand what is the competition like for bass fishing. People think, well, all right, you know, a casual Sunday afternoon, we'll go out with my family, get on the boat, fish. But talk about the competition aspect of bass fishing and then what you love so much about it.
Well, it's a long process. I would not say it's just going on the boat and just let your worms sit there. I mean, last 2 months ago, I used this in the interview yesterday. We're out there, and the next morning, first day on practice, I was catching a lot of fish, beautiful day out. And every night we knew the conditions were going to change. And I think the morning of it was 38 degrees and pouring down rain. And so it was brutal out there. And I mean, it's always brutal out there sometimes. And then you have the competition part, which is even when it's pouring like this, you have to race 140 other boats in a little lake to a spot that there's only a few spots on the lake. There's a lot of locals of each lake will say, and 90% of the lake, there's only 10% of the lake that holds fish. So
I know, Chad. That's why I couldn't understand how to fish. I mean, they tell me there's spots. Tell me when it rains, it's no good. The fish won't come up to the surface. I don't know. There's just so much you got to know. And that's my next question for you, John. So what's the routine to make yourself a better fisherman, a bass fisherman? I mean, you got to know spots. You got to know what to throw. What's the routine to make yourself a better fisherman?
I would just say practice makes perfect and just get an experience on your feet, because of that experience, you can go to a lake and just know what you're doing in another lake, but this lake's totally different. I mean, everywhere, I don't think there's one lake that's exactly like another lake. It's just all different types of fishing and all different types of land. So.
And John, in talking about that, a lot of schools have now incorporated bass fishing. Calgary's had for a couple of years, Christian, BC, you guys from that standpoint. It's had to be great for one, you're at BC, which is a very, athletic prone group, and you got football, you got baseball, you got all those other sports. And now for you to be able to come into a program and help establish it, what's that feeling been like to kind of be a leader and kind of knock the door down for bass fishing at BC? Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's just something I've always wanted to do ever since I started fishing. I mean, I got into fish. I never thought I'd be at this level, but when I was starting to look at other schools for getting into better colleges and back in Savannah, I can look at Calvary first. If you remember, I was talking, I'm good buddies with a lot of people on the team over at Calvary. And then I went to BC and they had talked to me about it. And I was like, I would be interested in starting a program here and helping lead and pave the path. And I just thought it was going to be like maybe me or something like that. But I mean, even through the struggles, the team's starting to grow. Next year, when I leave, there should be about 6 or 3 boats on there. The team next year, 6 kids, 3 boats. And it's just interesting to be able to be a leader throughout the school and just be able to pay something different, give people something different they can do instead of just the 3 big sports in the nowadays.
You got to leave it to somebody. So if you had one of those younger kids that are at BC or at a middle school, and they say, hey, we saw you on TV, we read the article in the newspaper, we saw you on the coach and AD, and they want to know how they can get into this and what they need to do, what advice would you give that younger kid?
Well, I would just be advice give with a lot of older people that know what they're doing, have done what they've done for quite a while now. That's what I did. I mean, I surround myself with people 30 to 50 years old that have been doing this their entire life. And the mistakes they made, they told me to do something different, and they showed me how to do something and be able to do it through high school. I mean, I have buddies in professionals right now. I don't know if Garrett Quebec, if y'all ever heard of him. He runs the Elite Series, and he helped me with a lot of my tournaments and how I run the program.
Well, John, and talking about that as well, you always had to have people surround you that support you immensely, and listen, let's be honest, fishing's not cheap either. And so you talk about your parents and support from your parents, your family members, and others that has helped poured into you and allowed you to grow and develop to be able to do these things. So, I mean, everybody's got a great support system. So talk about yours there at home as well.
Well, my family's really always supported me through what I've done, whether it be basketball, whatever sport I did when I was younger. They always were there behind me. And it actually started when we got a cheap little beater-up boat, and I started fishing around the saltwater in Savannah. Then my parents were looking at getting a retirement-type home on a lake. And so I started taking that beater boat up in the lake, and I just started fishing. I started catching fish. And then one step after another, I was fishing tournaments on this lake. And I'm actually here right now. I'm helping out with the family. And when we just started fishing tournaments, me and my dad would co-tag it. I taught him a lot. After he taught me everything I know, I kept teaching the old dog new tricks. So, but he's always been out there. He's been out there with me in the rain, the thunderstorms, everything. And he's just always been there for me. And then after each step, after we start getting higher up in the higher levels, I mean, we had to get a boat for the lake, and he started looking at bass boats. And so he's also financially supported me. Also sponsored by Action Air, the company that my dad works in and works through. So it's been interesting.
I mean, it really seems exciting. You're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here from the center of the sports universe or the universe. Happy 30th anniversary to John and Adele Henderson for this establishment. Got to appreciate what they do. And it's here every Saturday morning, 9 o'clock to whenever. So make sure you tune in. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're talking to the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from BC. Just signed a scholarship for bass fishing in Emmanuel College. It's John Michael Ortman. My question to you is, okay, like Chad said, you got to sit there and you got to sit there and sit there. And for someone that's not a fisherman like us, because we're into other sports, we're doing other things, tell us about what you like so much about this sport.
Well, I mean, I love the challenge of it. I've played baseball, football, basketball, soccer. I've played all the sports growing up, and I was pretty good at baseball. I mean, I was starting left fielder, hitting home runs in ninth grade. So, I mean, I wasn't throwing that off. And I just love the challenge of bass fishing. It was more challenging than any other sport I had. It was just made me work harder than anything I've ever done in my life to get good at something. Just because it's more than just myself I have to work on. I have to understand how everything's going to react on a change of maybe a weather. Like if a pressure drops by 0.1, everything just flip-flops. And it's just, you have to not only change yourself, but adapt to everything that's going on. And it's really challenging, I would say.
Wow.
And I think that's what people don't understand. Like I talk to our guys all the time, John, about, hey, you know, what are the biggest challenges? And they're like, hey, the conditions coach. You know, we could go practice and it be this or that, and then you wake up the next morning, like you said, if you're going out 6 in the morning, it's 36 degrees, it's cold, it's different. You're trying to get the spots on the lake. I mean, you got to be a weatherman. You got to know all these other things that go along with it. It's not just tossing the line in the water and hoping. I mean, there's just so many more things that go into the fishing aspect of it that people don't realize. My next thing is talk about Emmanuel College. I read the bio part that you felt like it was home, but there had to be something about Emmanuel that you felt was special and was the right fit for you.
Well, I mean, I had out of the 17 schools that did offer, I had another offer from a college in Tennessee called Bethel. And I visited there first. I really thought that was a school I was going to be going to. And I mean, they had a great coach. I mean, the coach over there had won 6 national championships for fishing. So, I mean, it wasn't like that wasn't a good program to be in. But compared to Emmanuel was just like opening with loving arms. They're welcoming. And so it was just the coach there was really amazing. I mean, they had talked to me a lot, explained what's going on. The college itself is better suited for what I want to pursue in my academic side of the portion. And so that's really about all I could say. I mean, it's just baffling right now.
Hey, I got a comment in our comment box here. It says, John needs a cool pro fishing nickname like Top Water Ortman. Do you guys get nicknames on the water?
I've never had a nickname. I've just been called Ortman, even through Calvary. Coach Chad knows everyone just called me Ortman there. No one called me Michael or John. It's just Ortman. So,
hey, well, John, talk about like, hey, so when you visit college like Bethel, then you go to Emmanuel. Like, is there like a system where you say, hey, I want to fish at this lake, maybe more than this lake, or what's going to be your home lake up there, you know, at Emmanuel?
Well, I mean, I like to have a home lake, but I also like to have the experience of going to other lakes to get that experience, like I said earlier, because without experience, you really can't do hardly anything on these new lakes because there's a lot of lakes out there, and you're always going to new lakes every year. They hardly repeat other than the big names lakes. But, I mean, Hartwell's are right near the college. That's really one I would be going to a lot. But I hope to be traveling a lot over the weekends and times I get off to these other lakes in Florida, Kentucky, and stuff like that, because in college we're going to be going all over the country, honestly.
John, is there just one last thing before we get back to Karl? Hey, is there a place that you're really excited about going fishing that you've never experienced before? Well, I mean, I know, like, for sports enthusiasts like Karl and I, hey, there's destinations like, hey, we want to go and watch a game in this stadium, or we want to do this. Like, so for you guys, is there like a lake that, hey, man, I cannot wait to go fish at this place?
The Lake Okeechobee in Florida is one of the world's best bass fishing lakes. That's one of the ones we want to really visit and actually have some time on to be able to catch a 35-pound bag, which is pretty amazing. And the other one I really personally want to go to is St. Lawrence River up in New York for those 5-pound smallmouth. That's one I really want to hit.
Wow. All right, and we have a lot of Benedictine cadets come on for a various number of sports. What's it been like going to Benedictine for the last 3 years?
Well, when I first started going, it's kind of intimidating being around 4-star athletes, and athletes are going to MLB right out of high school. So it's kind of intimidating to be able to do something different among people that was just striving for greatness and really build out of greatness. I mean, kids like Trent and Carter Holton, they're just amazing at what they do, and it's just kind of intimidating sometimes to be next to those kids and be able to be in the spotlight next to them. It's pretty humbling, I would say. Nice.
Chad?
John, listen, man. Hey, listen, it's been great to follow you. It's an awesome experience. It's great to see. My guy, I've known you for a while. Your family was at Calvary. I love your parents. They're just so dedicated, loving, caring people, and I'm super excited for you, man. One, I know you're going to do great things. Two, academically, you're going to do amazing from that standpoint, man. I'm just excited to watch your career and see where it goes, and then your college career, and then what happens after college. I mean, if you're really into this bass thing and make a living off of it, listen, man, do something you love because you're going to work the rest of your life. And so if you can do that and make a living and enjoy it, or even do it as a side hustle, what a great thing to do, man. So we're super proud of you, and be the first guy out of Savannah to sign to go bass fish. Kind of kick the door down from that standpoint, and you got to set the tone for everybody else. So, man, I'm so proud of you and glad you're able to do it.
Thank you. That means a lot, actually.
Well, Mike, John, Michael, Ortman, whatever you want to call us. How about Top Water Ortman? Hey, congratulations, like Chad said. First student athlete to get a bass fishing scholarship here in Savannah, Georgia. And you know what? You're just as big as the other guys over there. So don't feel like bass fishing is not something that people don't look at around here. Great job. Keep it up. And Chad has said, you're a great kid, academics and athletics. And you know what? Coach Farmer lost out. You got a better, toss than it is bat, right?
He cast. He's cast.
I would assume so.
So great job. Keep it up. And thanks for coming on. And we'll be watching you.
All right. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
Just, a great story. Another local kid setting the record straight for another sport, Chad. Like you said, we had clay shooting, we got bass fishing, we got cheerleading, you name it. That's what these kids do. And this guy's been around a long time. That's waiting next, Chad. He's also a Benedictine cadet, former cadet. So he's been roaming those links for a long time.
Yeah, so, our next golf guy, I mean, once again, another spring sport. Spring's in the air. Pollen is definitely in the air, let me tell you. The gnats are back out, but Tommy Schaff has done an amazing job, and we get talking about the big break again. That'll be an awesome segment to get back to. So, man, we got 3 minutes. Hang with us. Show's been great. Look forward to having you on. We'll be back here live at Center Sports University where Karl DeMasi is 30th anniversary. Get out, show support John and Dylan Harrison for what they've done. All right, live at Center Sports University, live at Coach's Corner.
3 minutes, Tommy. Hang in there. It's like waiting on the next. It's like waiting on the next tee. You never know when you're going to get to step up and hit that ball.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good Saturday morning. Welcome to the center of the sports universe. 30 years strong, right here in Victory Drive in Thunderbolt, Coach's Corner. I'm the coach. He's the AD. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We've been doing this since March 28th. They told me there was no sports to talk about in Savannah, but me and the big guy, Coach Chad Griffin, have done this consistently, and you got to love it. Now, what we do is we find local stories, and I got to give this credit to Gordon Gannan, the pro at Bacon Park, for letting me know. Tommy and I have talked before, and being an old man, I always forget about it. But he said, "You got to help me out here. We got to talk about this guy that's been a pro golfer, just like Mark Silvers and Tim O'Neill. I mean, he's got like 25 tour victories on mini tours. He calls his home course Savannah Quarters Golf Club. I mean, pretty special. He's living over in South Carolina. Well, moves from Savannah, goes over there, but we'll give that to him. He's a former Benedictine cadet. I mean, what else? He's been doing this for almost 20 years. Him and Tim O'Neill, you want to talk about perseverance? This guy has done it, Chad.
Yeah, I mean, when you take someone who's a lifer like that, reading his resume, hey, man, he's just stay with it and be persistent. And like we talked about, to do something you love to do and can make a living at it. And I know he does other stuff, but listen, I mean, be persistent and follow your dreams and keep playing. And that's what this guy's done. So he has had an amazing career. He's done more than three-fourths of us would ever do.
And now he's joining us on the Coach's Corner hot seat, professional golfer Tommy Schaff. And we say also a former cadet. You got to love it. Cadet after a cadet. One guy's fishing, the other guy's playing golf.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's talk about bass fishing. I didn't even know that was a way to go to college now. That's pretty interesting. That was my son and I, we like to do a little fishing, but we're not very good at it. But that was that's pretty cool.
Well, you persevered for so long, Tommy, and I know I'm not rushing this. I know you still got like 3 or 4 years to go before you can hit that Champions Tour. But tell everybody where your career has gone from starting out at Benedictine and then on the mini tours. What's it been like for you?
Well, it's been quite a journey. Obviously I've come a long way. I didn't start playing golf till about my senior year of high school at BC, and Coach Cannon, he let me kind of be on the team because I was a senior, and they had a really good team. Matter of fact, my senior year, those guys won state. David Sowers, Kevin Halligan, Matt Stroud. I mean, they had a lot of good players. Toby Brown Jr. was on the team. And so I got to learn from all those guys, and I got to, learn a lot of good things early on, and very fortunate and to have known Tim O'Neill for as long as I've had, to be able to come up with him, and my game developed pretty quickly. I didn't play college golf. I went the different route, the club pro scene and all that, and did that for a few years. And then so on and so forth. I've caddied for Tim off and on over the years. And now, fortunately, because the big break back in 2015, I've actually been able to pretty much just focus all my energy and my career on nothing but golf, and just play golf full time. And that's been a huge blessing, to be able to do that. And because these kids nowadays are so good, and you cannot, these guys eat, sleep, and drink golf. They're hitting full irons 24/7 a day, and so I got to do the same thing. And it's I'm very fortunate. I got a very good family that helps me out, and Gordon has helped me out tremendously. We all know, I know my truth. I'm 46 now. I had the pleasure of becoming friends with Ken Duke last summer during the pandemic, and we got to play golf with him a few times. I've played with Gene Sowers a few times, and they've both told me, take care of your body, stay healthy. When you turn 50, you have a pretty good chance of playing the Champions Tour. Obviously, I would like to do something before then, so I'm still trying to compete with the young bucks. But I know my truth. I know where I'm at, where I stand. But, Tim O'Neill is 48 now, and he's still playing amazing golf and inspiring me to follow along with him. And as much as I hate it, get in the gym and exercise, and Gord's pushing me all the time, trying to get my old butt in shape. But it's huge. It's made a huge difference in my life, because everybody's like, oh, you're 46 now. Your golf ball it's not going anywhere anymore. And it's funny. I go play with people that are like, I'm getting longer the older I get, because I'm finally taking care of myself, flexible, all that stuff. So very fortunate to still keep going and, be able to make a living. I've had some friends here and there, people help me out along the way, and I can't name everybody, but very, very blessed. My dad worked at Gulfstream for 30 years. And so he's always like, he didn't, he made a good living, was able to send me to BC, but he's like, if you can make money and your family's happy and you can afford to eat and play golf and you're happy doing it, by all means, keep doing it. So I'm very, very blessed.
Nice.
Hey, Tommy, like I said, you kind of started playing golf a little bit later than what most do when they make a career out of it. Like you said,
Right.
Today, kids are starting at 9, 10, 11 years old, if not even younger than that, and they're playing on these junior tours, hurricane tours, and everything else here. And being in the South obviously helps with the weather and be able to do that. But man, what I'm so impressed with is just the persistence of it and following a dream that you had and following your goals and just talk about that. Talk to these young people or maybe others that listen who maybe be on the cusp of like giving up on what they are really wanting to do, what they feel like they're called to do. Just talk about what that's been for you, that journey. You kind of mentioned it a little bit, but just talk about what that looks like for you and just others as you really get into it and stay persistent about something you love.
Well, it's like you always tell people, you always hear people say, you never give up. If you really truly believe in it. It's cliche, never give up. People, I think Paul Easinger once said it years ago, the only people who don't succeed in life are the ones who quit, or something based on those lines, and obviously for me, I guess being that I started later in golf, so I didn't have all that the success at the junior level and in college. So my success has come later. So I still keep, grinding and striving for that big picture and hoping that and dreaming that I can still play on, at least play in the PGA Tour event one day. I've been very close many times. I was very close to the U.S. Open years ago. Tim O'Neill was caddying for me, and I was making a lot of birdies. Unfortunately, I was making a lot of bogeys that day too. I was like, I get so close, but you just, if you really truly believe in something, you just don't give up. I don't know how to else explain. I shattered my elbow, my right arm in 2010. And I thought that was the end. My right arm, it doesn't even straighten all the way anymore. Doctor told me, you'll probably be able to play golf again recreationally, but probably not at the level you were. God willing, I've been blessed. I had a really good doctor. My arm was good. I was able to come back. I got on the big break. Funny, I broke my arm, then I got on the big break, which gave me another big break to kind of keep my career going. And even though I only made it halfway through the show, it was still, I learned a lot. And along the way, I've met people and have helped me out. And I have a lot of good friends, you know, that won't let me give up. You know, I'm not gonna lie. It does get hard sometimes. I have to play a lot. You know, the tours we play on, you know, we're lucky. You know, first place might be $5,000, it might be $4,000, it might be $15,000. Usually that's like last place on the PGA Tour. So you know, you have to play a lot. But you know, you have a bad month in mini tour golf, you're on the verge of unemployment, basically. You know, I mean, so it's I've got a good base. My wife is I'm extremely blessed. My wife is very, very supportive. When we met years ago, I was playing golf. She kind of thought maybe I was going to do another route, go back to teaching and caddying, and then the big break came along, and I'm a late bloomer, you know. And then, since we've been together, I've won the majority of my golf tournaments. So she realized, obviously, there is something there. But yeah, like I tell all kids, if you want it bad enough, just pray, and the good Lord will let you do what you believe you can do. You just have to keep your head down, keep going. I'm not gonna lie, it's a tough battle sometimes, and I'll have these days, especially and Gordon Gannan will contest. And Tim O'Neill the last year and a half, because I've been working hard on my physical aspects and trying to get a little longer. I'm not trying to get crazy like Bryson DeChambeau, even though that would be awesome, but I'm just, you know, the more the flexibility and all that, and trying to get better and more consistent. I've taken my lumps, and I've been dejected and like, okay, I'm done. Gordon, you're going to hire me back at the golf course? I'll work at the golf course. I can do that. And he's like, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, okay, you're right. And I can't do that. That's not what I want to do. I worked at the golf course years ago at Southbridge, and I enjoyed working at the golf courses. Don't get me wrong. There's worse things that I could be doing. I mean, so I take nothing for granted. I get up every day. I thank the Lord for everything I have, my family, my friends, and I just keep plugging along. And hopefully at the end of the day, one of these days, my career, people are going to go, man, you know, I'm a funny guy, but I'm a pretty good golfer too. So,
hey, you know, it's called perseverance. You keep plugging along, you keep going at it. And I mean, you know, you're 46, but you haven't given up the dream. And, you know, at 50, you got another shot of playing with the big time dogs that we watched growing up. But
yeah. Oh, yeah.
What are you doing now leading up to, or what are you doing now as far as golf? Well, are you still on the mini tour? Are you still playing places?
Yes, sir. I am. Yeah, I am. I just got back in town a couple of days ago. I was gone for 12 days. Tim and I, we're pretty much on the road every week. You know, I try to come home as much as I can. My wife, we made a deal. You know, I can be gone for about 2 weeks at a time, but no more than 3 weeks in a row until I get on the big tour. So yeah, I'll be playing like next week. I'll be up in Statesboro. We're playing the G Pro Tour. We're playing the Georgia Southern Golf Course University next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's a good tour. You know, it's a pretty. I mean, for us, it's a good payout. It's $10,000 for first. You know, and they pay out pretty good. You know, I've made my last 4 cuts out there, finished middle of the pack. So I've been breaking even, but my game's starting to come up. You know, and so I'll do that, and then I come home for a couple of days, head back down to Florida where I play on the APGA Tour. And then I head over to Ocala right after that. So the APGA Tour is Monday, Tuesday, St. Augustine. I drive Tuesday night over to Ocala for the Ocala Open, which is a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday event. And that's what's kind of one I can't wait to get to. Last year I shot 63 the final round, nice, and almost came back and won. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting back there. You know, I kind of surprised some people with the 63 the last day. They're like, oh, wow. So that's kind of the gist of it. We'll do some Monday qualifiers, U.S. Open qualifying, and just keep on grinding and try and make money and pay the bills.
I hear you. Chad?
Tommy, you know, if we had to describe your golf game, we've talked about the development of it from that standpoint. You know, where do you feel like your golf game is right now? What are things that you feel like you're doing really well? And then people talk about all the time, you know, the old golf cliche is you drive for show and you putt for dough. You know, so talk about like your development of a golf game and where you feel that's at right now.
Funny you say that. Drive for show, putt for dough. Well, I've always, and Tim O'Neill said, I've always been a really good driver of the golf ball. My days always call me Iron Byron because I hit a lot of fairways. Not the
fairways and
guy,
greens.
Not the longest. Fairways and greens, but at the end of the day, putting. And so Tim, it was probably last October, and Tim, we had like a heart-to-heart because last year I was playing pretty good, but my putter was up and down, and Tim challenged me. He's like, you need to put everything aside, put phone in the golf cart, get on that putting green for 35 to 30 minutes to an hour every morning and do nothing but putt. And I started doing that back in October. And it is amazing how, like, because like now the swing changes Gordon and I've been making, I've been kind of hitting the golf ball. We were joking one day, Gordon's getting me in my body. I'm so much more mobile now and I can move around. And I would shoot, but the putting, you know, like they say, drive for show, putt for dough. And Tim O'Neill was right. You know, you put in the work and the due diligence and the results will show up. And my putting has been saving me the last few months. So hopefully that golf swing come back around, the putter, because, you know, it's no secret. Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, even Bryson DeChambeau, everybody talked about how far he was sitting when he won the U.S. Open last year, but he made more 20-footers in the tournament than anybody. And at the end of the day,
that's what it's all about. All right, I got one question for you. I hear you on that. My last question is, he's your buddy. You guys have been going at this for a long time.
Drive for show, putt for dough. You it?
All right, you're breaking up there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
I got you.
Okay.
All right, last question for me is, you've been buddies with Tim O'Neill. What's it like when you get exemption to come back here and play on that Corn Ferry Club Card tournament he's going to do in about 2 weeks?
Yeah, man, it's awesome. You know, I'm hoping maybe next year I'll get one of those exemptions. You know, obviously I do live in South Carolina now, but I'm a Savannah kid, you know, Savannah guy. All I do is sleep in South Carolina. I mean, everything else I do is in Savannah, but yeah, it's special. Tim, you know, he's a good golfer, man. That guy is unbelievable. Talk about persistence and, you know, and persevering and resilient. I mean, that guy exudes that, you know, and he is so talented. Now I'm hoping that, you know, this year getting the exemption. You know, a couple years ago he Monday qualified at caddy form. He played really well that week. I'm hoping this year this might springboard him to where he needs to be, you know, because he is 48 years old, but he could be on the PGA Tour. That guy, he's got every golf shot. He's good. He's really good. Good person too, man. He's do anything for you. You know, him and I are like brothers, man. And I love him like he's like one of the family, you know. And the guy's super nice guy and super talented, and he deserves the exemption. And hopefully I don't know. Hopefully he will take advantage of it. He's playing good, and he'll do something with it.
Chad.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I've just been super impressed with, you know, your resume and your persistence of what you do. And listen, I think it's a great testament to follow your dreams, what you have in life, and don't let anybody tell you can't do something.
Yes, sir.
I think that's a testament for all of us, man. I mean, you know, we get one life to live, and you gotta live it to the fullest and truly love what you do. And if you're able to do it, man, I mean, golly, I hope we get to see you out there. And it's great to know that you got a friendship with Tim, and you guys hold each other accountable. You cheer for each other. You help each other. Man, that's what life's about, is those friendships and relationships. We're super glad to get you on, man, and hopefully we'll keep following you now, even closer than what we are now.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on, and hopefully maybe next month we'll be talking about a big tournament I won or something, and Tim also, and I appreciate you guys. You guys do a good job. I love the show. And thanks for having me on.
Tommy, great job. Keep it up. We also got a golf show now. They're going to cover all the majors, but I think these two guys would love to get you on. I think they're BC boys also, the Herb brothers. Do you know the Herb brothers?
I sure do know the Herb brothers. Yes, sir. You talking Sean and Brent?
You got it. They do their own show. It's called the 19th Hole. We got to get you on that show.
Definitely. I'd love to do it.
Hey, good luck. We'll be following you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
I mean, you know, he's another Savannah guy, Chad, persevering, 46 years old, chasing his dream, and he's making ends meet. You got to give him a lot of credit. When he hits 50, you got a shot at the Champions Tour.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, somebody that follows their dreams and passion and loves it, and doesn't be denied by that. It's just a testament to the will that you got to have in life to persevere. And I want everybody to know that. I mean, we see it all the time in athletics, people that persevere, that love what they do, don't give up on that dream. And he's a testament to that. And I think it'd be great to get on the 19th hole shows and bring him on for some golf insight now when we need some golf insight. Now we got an insider, and that's important to have for any show.
Excuse me. We got two of them, Mark Silvers, Tommy Schaff. They're talking golf. They want to talk golf, and hopefully we can hook them up. All right, we're down to the end of the show. I know you're watching Hayes play a little lacrosse, the fastest game on 2 feet, but we're going to bring on the man himself. 30 years in the business, 30 years here at Coach's Corner, the owner, well, and his wife, of course, Adele. But we got John right here, John Henderson coming on. Once again, it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network from the center of the sports universe. It's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
All time, that's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington
New York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
You're fine. And welcome back to the center of the sports universe, Coach's Corner. 30 years strong with this young man. It was a vision way back when, but Chad, he's here. It's time to grill him because he's on the Coach's Corner hot seat. Oh, no.
Listen, he grills about everything else there is. And it was a great reading the backstory of Coach's Corner, John, and what you and your family have done. And listen, it is a family spot. People, I'm sure you've seen just generations and generations of kids and families come through there. Talk about, what you feel like you guys mean to the community, of Savannah. It's just a special place. So just talk about how you've developed that culture. We talk about culture in sports all the time, but talk about the culture of Coach's Corner.
Well, first off, I want to thank you and Coach Karl for an amazing show y'all put on here. I mean, I've been watching all day, and it's really good. It's great to have y'all on this show.
Well, it came down to it that, I needed a place to go, and I figured I've been watching Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Yes, Lawrence Bennett, Dan Foles, Brandon Baines, you are the first show on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, but I wanted to find a place to do it, something with sports atmosphere. And, hey, the number one sports establishment in Savannah was Coach's Corner. And, we've been friends for a long time, and I've been regularly here. And I said, what better place than have Coach's Corner?
I'm glad it's worked out, and I'm proud of it. The show is really good. Anyway, back, Chad, to what you were asking.
The culture about Coach's Corner.
The culture. I think the culture came from my dad. My dad was a big giver. He always did things like give back to the community. With a politician, he did a lot of things like work for senior citizens and did stuff. Just, it was part of the blood, part of our blood. And having the opportunity to use this business to be able to do things we do is a great opportunity as well. And we're very fortunate, very happy to be able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, Chad, you talk about giving back. It's better to give than receive. We did that little bowling tournament, but people don't know behind the scenes. He had someone donate money for strikes. He put up money from the Coach's Corner. That brought in close to $8,000, Chad.
Man, that's just amazing. It was a great event. And what I love about it is the people that are part of the Coach's Corner. The one thing I was the first time someone said it to me that Sunday was like, what a great part of being part of the Coach's Corner family. Yes. When you had us there and the Hot Grits guys and the Herb brothers and Rubbin' and Grubbin', it was like you could feel it was a family, and that's what John's created. One of my favorite parts of Karl and I, was that Wednesday night, a couple Wednesday nights ago, when all the Blessed Sacrament girls were there from their little spouse tournament, and we got to bring them on, and they got to come in front of the camera, and how cool they thought that was, and that was because John's allowed us to a venue to talk about sports and talk about, what makes Coach's Corner special. And it's moments like that, John. I mean, it's just that culture. You create that family atmosphere from all age groups, from kids all the way through the older adults. I mean, it is a family, and people feel like they're a family when they walk in the Coach's Corner.
Well, y'all are making me get a little emotional here. I appreciate it, Chad. That's awesome, man. And we want to continue being what we have been for 30 years and improving on what we've done in the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I mean, it's amazing what's going on here. And the pandemic helped us get this. And the things are going to get better. I hope so.
It's only going to get better. Now, I know, Chad, you know it. And while you came here 19 years ago, I've been here for 25 years ago. And I came down Victory Drive. And this was this old little shack that everybody talked about. And when I walked in, the floor was creaky and it was sort of off balance. Cleve's old barbecue shop turned into, only 3 years old, into one of the best sports establishments here in Savannah, Georgia. So tell us about that little shack and how it all came about.
It's a long story, but I can tell you this. What a great ride it's been. And I'm humble and honored to be able to stay in business 30 years. The support of the community to come in here and support us for 30 years. It was a dream. It was the American business story, the American dream.
Right.
And it worked out. We just put hard work in and kept investing. We still do that every day. Every time we get a chance, we make the price better. You will come back next week and it won't be the same. There's going to be something better, we hope, every time you come in.
Chad?
John, what I love about it is also your family is all in as well. We know behind every great man, there's a great woman as well. Talk about Adele, and talk about Adele and your daughters and what they have meant to the growth of Coach's Corner.
Adele, if it wasn't for Adele, Coach's Corner wouldn't be here. There's no doubt about it. If something happens, Adele quits, we're gone, guys. So if y'all hear that on the street that Adele quit, the place is for sale. But no, what a rock she is. I mean, she works her tail off all day long. Goes home and works all night long, and you don't know what goes on behind the scenes with what she does. Payroll, pays taxes, all that stuff. It's a business. It's not just food and drinks and entertainment. It's what goes on behind the scenes. And then the kids, I mean, they've grown up. I mean, literally, Adele had Sarah on like a Saturday. On Monday, she was back in that office right there.
Wow.
And it was the old building where we had an office, and we had a crib. And Sarah sat in that crib while she waited tables 3 days after she had a baby. So anyway, long story short, my kids have grown up through this place. They love it, and they're proud of it as well. And it's given us the opportunity to show them what running a business is like. So that's why they're doing good in college. So they don't have to do this business. They're not following in our footsteps for sure.
I hear you. So we got a big weekend here. Okay, it started last night. It continues tonight with Departure, sold out. But something John Henderson has not done. Last week they had a free tribute to one of the local Terry Hall, local musicians who passed away. But we're gonna have a Sunday matinee with the Departure Band, which is a Journey tribute band. He has an opening band, and there's going to be an unbelievable slideshow. So you tell everybody what's happening.
Right. Okay. So Departure is the band that put Coach's Corner Soundgarden on the map. We've had good bands. We've had Mother's Finest. We've had Molly Hatchet. But Departure really is one of our headliners that everybody comes back to see every time because they're so good. So I booked them on Saturday, and I was supposed to have them on Friday as well. But I messed up, made a little mistake. So I ended up bringing them on Sunday, which was perfect because it is our actual anniversary. Nothing against Stephen. You wrote a great article, but our actual anniversary is the 14th, not the 13th.
Well, I gave him the information. It's not the columnist's fault, but go ahead.
Right. But anyway, so on Sunday we're going to have Departure back for a matinee show. I told my mother it's for her because she doesn't like staying out late. You know? So it's going to be a 4 to 8, maybe 8:30 show, and then tonight, we're going to spring forward, so we're going to be lighter, more sunlight tomorrow night. So about 8 o'clock, we're going to run a slideshow of all the pictures that I could find and all the pictures that people sent me out on the big screen.
Wow.
So to recap 30 years.
And once again, you can still get tickets for Sunday's matinee with the Departure. You come by here. You can go to Eventbrite. It's all here. But I know, John, Chad said it. I mean, the community loves this place. It is Savannah. It is, an establishment that everybody loves to come through. There's a gazillion TVs. And, of course, Chad, he's a bigger Braves fan than you are, Chad.
Well, he's a bigger Braves fan than all of us are. I mean, it is – one of the most enjoyable experiences I've had is being in that teepee this past spring. And that was so much fun. And like I said, John, it's the culture you've created here in Savannah that people just love so much. And that's why they keep coming back and they keep coming back and they keep coming back. And you guys keep expanding. You've opened the Soundgarden bands. I mean, like, your business model is ever changing. That's what makes people love this place and why it's so successful is what you guys create each and every night.
Thank you, Chad.
So it's a lot of fun. But Chad, I got to tell you something though. Take your hat off. Our hair grew back.
Yeah. I grew it back so I could shave a mohawk in the fall.
Shaved up there on the teeth.
His grew back a lot better than mine. I've got a lot of spots in it right here,
I've been blessed. I'm the only one out of 6 boys that hasn't gone bald. Now my other brothers, they're all bald. I mean, the youngest one is 10 years younger than me, so he's 50. He's bald, but I got to bless the good Lord that I still got a full head of hair. But once again, always fun. Journey tonight, sold out. Departure, the tribute band for Journey. Tomorrow there's a matinee starting at 4 o'clock. You hang out to about 8 o'clock. You can see all the nostalgia about what this place was. And Clive's Barbecue, I think Coach's Corner did a good job, even though I'd like to see that. I want to see the first Fry Daddy and the first hot dog machine that this man owned.
Sorry to say they're gone.
They're gone.
They're gone.
So, once again, John,
Thank
great
you.
job.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
buddy.
I know.
All right.
We had to make shift here because new computer, Chad. I couldn't get it on the speaker.
Yeah.
So, once again, and you know what? Like I said, we talk about, his establishment, but the man and his wife do a good over my shoulder here. Okay. The reason why we have breakfast here at Coach's Corner Monday through Friday now is because Larry's restaurant went under because of COVID-19. So what did John and Adele do? They bring the whole crew here. I'm still waiting for that Saturday morning breakfast there.
Yeah, hey, listen, we just got to get in Monday through Friday at some point and get back to having breakfast there. And listen, this is a special place. It's a special place to all of us that are part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. But it's a super special place to this community. And there's reasons why it's so successful. There's reasons why people come back each and every day to be at Coach's Corner. I've known people like Billy Oglesby and the Moody's and the Paris's and the Sharps and people at Calvary, people at Christian, BC, But I mean, all these people, it's their second home because John and Adele have made it that way. And listen, man, we're just blessed to be a part of it and get to do our show from there now. And it's a special place to all of us.
All right. So believe it or not, big guy, it's time to take 3 steps out the door. It's my turn to grill you.
Yeah, man.
All right. Now, this is going to be on a more serious note. It's been 1 year since COVID-19 took over this world, okay? It happened yesterday. Rudy Gobert, they closed down the NBA, closed down our world, sports world. But, I was told there's no sports to talk about here in Savannah or anywhere else, and we triumphed. We went through a whole year of doing shows talking about sports in Savannah. The first show, okay, we had Kevin Brown's youngest son, Kevin Brown, the AD at Woodville, Casey Brown, talking about how his senior year was taken away from him at Georgia State. We had the Makos come on, and she helped us out. I mean, so we've always carried the show on. So first question to you. It's been 1 year. Well, it'll be 1 year, March 28th, when we started this at Rockies, and then we brought it over here to Coach's Corner. What's your most memorable moment, the coach and AD?
Oh my gosh, man. Most memorable moment. I don't know if there's one. I think each week, Karl, when we get to have the athlete of the week on, these high school kids, they make the show what it is. We get to honor them and do things and get to really acknowledge their accomplishments in ways no one else does. And I think that's just super special for us. So each week is my most memorable moment when we get to that point.
I mean, it's definitely, I'm just making sure I'm getting a little buzzes over here. So once again, just doing this every week with the Athlete of the Week is probably the best thing that I could say about what we've done here since the whole year. We've continued the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Dr. Bart Wetherington, we love you. He's been my supporter of that award since 2010. Whether I've been doing it on the radio or on the internet, and the kids love it. The kids love it, and that's what it's all about. It's all about getting more information, more publicity about our kids in the community. All right, second question. March Madness is going to happen. We know that Virginia and Syracuse might be allowed in the tournament, but for me what's your most favorite college uniform in the world of college basketball? Not football, baseball, but basketball.
There's only one, Karl. That's UNC Chapel Hill's Alexander Julian Diamonds uniform with just that North Carolina on it. That's all you need, man. That is so been unique to Carolina. Just that I remember when Dick Vitale, I think it was like one of North Carolina's 50th anniversary, or big anniversary they had, and they just had the NC on there. And Dick Vitale went crazy because it didn't say North Carolina. So listen, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm prejudiced because of Carolina, but I think it's one of the most classic uniforms there is. So I'm going with Tar Heels.
I know I'm going to break your heart. No, I ain't going to break your heart, but I got to go with the all orange of the Orange Men. Sorry, we can't call them the Orange Men now, of Syracuse University. I just love the color orange. It's just like you love the color North Carolina baby blue. It's just something special. So, all right, last one out the door. What is your favorite food
From Coach's Corner? Golly, man, that's so hard. I tell you what, Sherry and I get the most when we go in there. I mean, when Sherry goes in there, it's the same thing every time. She's getting the Texas Pete wings, Texas Pete and butter wings, and tots. She's getting that every single time. It doesn't matter when we go in there, if it's coming back from the beach, if it's whatever we're getting. She's getting – I get right stuff because I think all their stuff is really good. But I tell you, every single time my wife gets the same exact same Texas Pete and butter hot wings with tots, hands down, every time.
Yeah, I mean, mine's been the mild wings or the lemon pepper. I've always loved the wings here. This is my go-to place to get wings in Savannah, Georgia. You might say I'm crazy because we have other establishments that say they're the best wing in Savannah, Georgia. But you know what? It's the best wings I get here. So once again, Chad, always a lot of fun. It's pre-St. Patty's Day. Then we're going to have post-St. Patty's Day next weekend. Downtown's going crazy. We got Bananas opening day. We got football opening day at Memorial Stadium for the Savannah Falcons semi-pro team. We got the Skidaway 5K half marathon, over 1,000 runners, Chad. So we're getting back to normalcy. And I know we say 3 out the door, but this is what I'm going to tell you. The last question I have for you, are we back to normalcy pretty soon?
I think we're getting there. I don't know. I mean, I think normal is a very variant of a word. I think we're starting to feel like, I mean, here we are a year later, and I'm out at lacrosse watching our son play. It's still going on in the world, because you look at what happened to UVA this week, you look at what happened to Duke this week. So it is still prevalent. But there's some NBA dealing with. Get out, and you've got your 2 shots. I got my first one. I think in another 6 months, I think we'll feel more normal than what we did, a year ago for sure. And it is. It's special to get sports back. It's special to feel normal again. But understand, hey, people are still dealing with it in the world, and we're just blessed to get to do what we get to do each week.
And you just got to love it. That's my favorite line. You got to love it. We're here doing what we want to do. We do what we do because we're allowed to do it. Just be safe. We're not 100% out of the woods yet, but it feels like, I don't want to talk about, all the stuff that everybody's talking about. Oh, when it happened, where were you, and all that. I have a feeling that we're getting back to normalcy, and that's what it's all about. And hopefully you and I have been through a couple of COVID-19 tracings and all this other stuff. So it's been great that we can start getting back to normalcy. All right. It's time to get out of here. Remember, you're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. There are 5 shows now. The 5th one hasn't started yet. We got, of course, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Coach and AD. Hot Grids podcast with Travis Jadon, Spencer Maddox on Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. We're going to have the Who's On First baseball show sponsored by Coach's Corner. That's going to start next week. We got Rubbin' and Grubbin' every Wednesday night from 6 to 7. And, of course, we got the 19th hole with the Herb brothers coming back when the Masters hits here next month. So whatever you may be doing, what do we got to do, Chad?
You got to hit it out of the park, babe.
You got to hit it out of the park, but what do we got to do first?
Oh, we got to mask up, hand sanitize, get the vaccine when you can get it, and social distance, which I'm doing here. I'm staying out behind the pole so the sun's not in my face, and I'm away from everybody here. Hey, just keep safe out there, guys. I love it. Like anytime I talk to someone at Georgia High School, all their emails like, hey, be safe out there, guys. Love you. And so I appreciate Georgia High School, appreciate what they're able to do, and the fact that we get to keep playing sports, Karl, and we get to talk about these great student athletes every week.
And don't forget, also, I forgot to say this, 12 o'clock out at Raider Baseball Field. The series continues. Calvary took the first one.
1 and 4. No, 1 and 4 today. So JV started at 10. Varsity starts at 1 and 4. Calvary took the first one last night in a crazy game, one of the weirdest games. I got there late, but I got there better late than never because there was a rules kind of question, and we were able to get that straightened out, and the Cavaliers pulled out the win. But it'll be crazy over there at Raider Field. Carl Carter Field. If you've not seen the new, love Carl Carter, one of the favorite human beings ever. All right, and so Karl has done an awesome job. They named the field after him, well deserved. So it's going to be Alumni Day out there at Karl Carter Field. 1 and 4, big series to end it there over in Raiderland.
And got to say, good luck to Savannah State Tigers. 496 days since they played their last football game. Hey, it's going to happen. So once again, remember, whatever you're going to do today, hit it out of the park until we see you on Wednesday night. May be your best week ever. God bless. We're out of here. We'll talk to you on Wednesday night.
See ya.